Hi there, everyone, and welcome back to the Always Wired podcast. Welcome back to the Always Wired Wrestling Roundup show for the week. So we're going to go over War Games, Raw, Smackdown, probably not AEW because who likes them?
You've got to, though.
I've got to.
You're becoming a Twitter heat magnet. You've got to.
All right, and speaking of that, we are going to start doing 10 or 15, 20 minutes odd after every show, and we've divvied up who's got what show. So Blair has got Raw, which
and
he's
NXT.
quite happy about, and NXT. Don't know how he's managed that.
Because I always get what I want. I'm a winner.
And
I'm the Triple H at Always Wild.
He's got the golden shovel. And I've got Smackdown and All Elite Wrestling
/ WCW Volume 2 Electric Boogaloo
/ TNA with money.
/ TNA with money. So basically, this is going to be the last of this kind of show. We're going to keep the Sunday podcast, the Monday evening podcast, whenever this goes up, Monday evening. But we're going to talk about the general things then. So going forward on a Tuesday, I'm going to make a short video giving you the Raw roundup. I'll do the same thing the day after NXT, and Scott's going to give you AEW and Smackdown. So anybody that gets defensive about AEW, you direct your comments to Scott, no me, because it's not what I do. He's the heel magnet, no me. Heat magnet, even heel magnet.
Bring it to me.
He's only watching AEW so he can criticise it. Do you get that to look forward to?
Pretty much. Well, from what the fans say, it's like Mid-South and 84. It's like the best professional wrestling that anyone has ever seen.
Yes, it's basically WCW pre-NWO, where it was Ric Flair and Arn Anderson and all them sorts of guys.
It's got a realistic sports feel.
Aye, that's the quality that we're looking at here. He says tongue in cheek.
Tongue in cheek.
To be fair, I've never actually watched it. I have seen a few clips on YouTube because they've got Sting there, and I like Sting.
Don't.
I'm not going. We covered this last week. I'm a WWE guy.
Like, save your sanity. Is what I say. Oh, it's true. Fucking. WWE's the worst. Oh, all they do is bad comedy. Bad comedy on AEW. Oh, that's so funny. WWE are accommodating old men. Why is Brock Lesnar getting all this chance? Blah, blah. He's like 46. 61-year-old Sting turns up. Oh my God, it's Sting. Shut up. The complete lack of self-awareness from AEW fans is staggering. So come at me.
The tweets are going to be good after this. But because of how terrible AEW is, I've got to suffer now. Because they've went and signed 61-year-old Sting, Vince McMahon's going to put a title run on Goldberg again to prevent him from going to AEW. And now I need to watch. Well, I say I need to watch. You're the one that covers SmackDown, so probably I'll not need to watch it. So you'll need to watch Goldberg as champion. Unless Goldberg loses, but Goldberg never, ever, ever loses.
No.
Ever.
So basically, I'm watching WCW Nitro and WCW Thunder.
Yes. Only without Kevin Nash, which makes it less palatable.
Without Big Sexy.
Because Kevin Nash was awesome. Or anybody thinks maybe they take a dig at Kevin Nash.
No Hogan.
And they made WCW bearable. Oh, right. And I loved a bit of Sid Vicious. Sid Vicious was cool.
Sid.
I liked me some Sid Vicious. I'm also quite a mark for Scott Steiner. Even though he's
Pump.
He's not terribly great, but he was cool.
He was cool.
The big bad booty daddy.
The genetic freak.
Freakzilla.
Where are my freaks?
I was a freak.
Balor, if you hear me.
Big Papa Pump is your hookup. Holla! If you hear me.
To be fair, he was a freak. The size of him, like, he was unbelievably jacked.
Oh, he was henth. You got to go he was that jacked. It's henth. Mind at the time he came out with a tiger. He walked into the ring in WCW with a tiger. Just on a leash. Just he's got the chainmail on and the sunglasses and a tiger. What? Only Scott Steiner would cut out with a tiger. Anyway, maybe Hogan will go to AEW and it'll be like the holy, it'll all match up. Because Tony Khan is obviously just a mark for WCW.
Oh,
You know,
he
watched like
mark.
a lot of 1999 WCW, and now he's trying to build his company around about it. You can tell that Arn Anderson is the Sting is the.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder who else.
And like at fucking Impact or TNA, as I'll always fucking know it, is I had to watch it because Kenny Omega won the title, and then he went on to TNA, and then Tony Khan had a paid advertisement in the middle of it. In the background, just looked like WCW from like '92. I'll had AEW like going diagonally up on a baby blue background.
Oft.
So he's just a big mark. He's filthy with money.
He's just like us. He's a filthy.
Aye.
He's you and me if they were rich. Because like if we were running a wrestling promotion, I'd be putting the title on Hogan.
Of course.
I'd be bringing can Hogan even take a bump? I'd be bringing Hogan out to make them my champion.
He could do the leg drop. I know he's lost 5 inches in height because he's been doing it that long, but why not?
And his spine is made of tin. He's got 2 trick hips, I think. Now Ryback would probably be my champion.
Ryback?
I think Ryback. Ryback ever returns to WWE, there's going to be no bigger pop than for Snake Mountain.
For Snake Mountain.
Snake Mountain will come off, like the roof will blow off Snake Mountain. There's just be me on my couch going, feed me more!
Did he not officially change his name to Ryan Ryback or something?
His legal name is Ryback. Ryback Reeves. That's his name.
Ryback Reeves.
He's seen his Instagram account. It's hilarious. It's just him in his car eating chicken.
I was going to say, I've seen his YouTube, and it's just him like, here's Whataburger, and he's like scranning it. It's like, oh yeah, this is good. This is a good burger. Yeah,
he does not eat. He does not eat spicy chicken, but it's funny. I know he caught some heat recently. I say recently, it's about 5 months ago, because he came out and said that WWE will be better once Vince McMahon is dead, and a lot of fans were unhappy with him.
Well, he's not the first guy to say that.
No, I know he'll not be the last either. But Vince McMahon might never die. That being said, he looked really terrible for the Undertaker's farewell at Survivor Series. I don't know if you watched that.
I saw that. He looks like a really old Ken doll.
It's been left in the sun.
Aye. Like, his eyebrows were so messed up.
They were drawn.
He's obviously had some Botox.
Clearly. His eyebrows looked sketched on, I thought. Like, Stephanie held him down and drew his eyebrows on for him.
They were too high.
They were on his forehead. They were way up here. Which is weird, because growing up, like, Vince McMahon was always built like a brick shit house, wasn't he? He was just always so jacked. But to be fair, he's in his 80s now, so.
He's 75, I think. 75, 76-ish.
And we've all heard the reports that he doesn't sleep. McMahon does not sleep. And now you can tell that McMahon does not sleep. He looks like he needs to sleep.
Like he'll try and get like 3 hours a night, maybe. But if he can prevent it, he won't get them.
He's a mad old man. He's always been a mad old man, though. That's his thing.
He's always looked the same, but like since the 90s until, I don't know, the last couple of years, he's looked the same.
No father time's starting to catch up on him.
He'll be raging.
He'll not be happy with it. Apparently he hates sneezing, because sneezing's a sign of weakness. You heard that?
I've
heard folk talking about that.
Like he'll get actively angry and kick you out of the meeting if you sneeze or you yawn.
He's weird. He's a weird old man.
He is a weird old man.
Anywho,
Aye.
Raw.
Let's not reminisce about good things.
Yeah.
Let's
I don't
talk
know
about
if Vince
the
McMahon
wrestling.
withering like a skeleton is a good thing or not, but he is starting to crumble. But never mind. Raw, Monday Night Raw. Raw was decent. Raw was quite decent this week.
Aye.
There was a lot of boring stuff on it, a lot of filler, but the things that were good were great, I thought. And I've been dying all week to talk about Bray Wyatt because, as you know, I'm the biggest Bray Wyatt mark ever that has ever lived. Let me in. And I thought he had the match with Randall, who I also love a bit of. Everybody likes a bit of Randall.
Aye, bit of Randall Keith.
And Randall Keith. And Wyatt was out in full Mr. Rogers gear working the match, and then Orton's kicking the crap out of him. And then all the lights just like cut off, and Wyatt's lying flat on his back. All the lights cut off. And when they come back on, it's that sweet red light, and he's lying still flat on his back, but in full Fiend gear. And he gets him with a claw. I was like, I popped something severe for that. He got me. He got me good.
That was good, man. It was really good.
It was so cool. I don't know how they did it. Like he had a really costume change or something.
Like you might have had it underneath, but
to get the mask on through the hair.
Aye.
He's talented.
Aye, that would have taken some time usually.
Mm-hmm.
But as you say, he's a talented man.
I really hope he wins at TLC. Because there's a theme with him. You get so worked up for his feuds because everything he does is awesome. He's got the best character work in the company. Getting out that the Undertaker's retired. His promos are great. And then he doesn't win these matches. And you're like, hopefully he wins. Hopefully he wins the Royal Rumble. I've been wanting Bray Wyatt to win the Royal Rumble every year since 2014. And every year
2017 he was so close.
Aye.
But then Randy won it.
And Randall got him. It's my thing every year. It's like on my yearly bucket list, my yearly like dreams list. Bray Wyatt to win the Royal Rumble and to win the championship at WrestleMania. It would be so cool. Because I know he's been champion a few times now, but as we talked about in last week's show, you're no like properly anointed as the guy or the woman unless you win the Rumble and then win the title. That's like the classic way to do it, right? You win the Royal Rumble, then you point to the sign. And then you win the title at WrestleMania. Then, to me, that's always how you get established. Because you look at all the guys that did it that way. And Hogan won the Rumble, Stone Cold, The Rock, Triple H, Cena, all these guys. Because you can win the championship at Elimination Chamber, but it doesn't mean quite as much. If you win the Rumble and then win at WrestleMania, that's you're made.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you can win the Rumble and not win the championship, like Nakamura.
And we'll get to him.
That was a kick in the plums. I hated that. I love them winning the Royal Rumble. I love them winning the Rumble. I really like marked heavy for that, popped heavy for Nakamura winning the Rumble.
Aye.
But then he didn't win the title. Really?
Aye, like if he had won the title, then they could have had a blow-off match. Like they could have swapped the titles, him and AJ, for a wee while. It would have been great.
It would have been great. And they had 3 or 4 matches anyway. And Nakamura didn't win any of them.
Oh.
So if he had won at Mania and then won the follow-up match, but then maybe dropped the title back to AJ and then won it again in the 4th match, it would have been great. But
aye, like if he was champ till, I don't know, say SummerSlam, and then they swapped it.
Mm-hmm. It's a nice lengthy run where Nakamura gets to be the guy for a while. But he get beaten every time.
It sucked, man.
My wee heart was broken. But Bray Wyatt, hopefully he wins at the TLC. I can't imagine that he won't, because the Fiend never loses unless you're Goldberg.
Aye. Or you just stack loads of stuff on him.
He still won though. He popped up from below that, remember? he took a sledgehammer to the face and everything, and still popped up because he's the devil or whatever.
But no, they counted that as a DQ in a non-DQ match.
That was it. It was a disqualification inside Hell in the Cell. That can't happen.
No. Prime example of not everything in WWE is perfect compared to AEW.
WWE is largely terrible. and has been largely terrible for many, many years.
Aye.
But there's
But it's proven that it can be good, is the issue.
It's the biggest company in the world for a reason.
Whereas Toys R Us hasn't.
I just don't buy the Peroxide Nightmare as a star. I know since he's left WWE, since he left, I like the Stardust gimmick first and foremost. I thought it was funny. He's just running about in like a Goldie gimp suit, hissing at people. I thought that was hilarious. He was like, I thought it was good. But then he goes away to the Indies, and all of a sudden, I'm supposed to believe he's like the second coming of The Rock. He's a star now because he wears a suit. No. They should just get CM Punk and have done with, because that's the sort of company AEW is. I think they go out and to buy up all the WWE rejects or folk that have left the company. Not that CM Punk would be a reject, obviously. He was a huge star, but I just imagine that they'll probably want him, and I imagine he would go just to annoy McMahon.
Aye. Like if they gave him like a fat pay packet.
And Tony Khan can afford fat pay packets. That's
Aye.
what he does.
Because like if WWE were offering like 5 million, just whatever they would offer CM Punk, just offer him like double or triple.
I must be the only one, or one of the only ones that does not care about CM Punk and a possible return. I was never a big fan.
No, I think his time's done.
I didn't hate him, but I didn't ever like him much either. You know what I mean? He was the preferable alternative to John Cena in 2011. But I just never. I think he's a prick. He's a prick in real life, and I think it comes through. It comes through in his character. So I don't care if he ever comes back or not. Ever.
No, not really that bothered.
No.
But people like still have him as like their Twitter picture.
I know. What's that about?
And still put the tape with the X on it. Give it all that.
Oh, he's so edgy. He calls The Rock Dwayne in his promos.
It's like, mate, he's been gone for what, 6-7 years?
Yeah.
You over it? I'm not upset about Scotty Too Hotty. You know what I mean? The man's gone.
I liked Too Cool though.
Too Cool were amazing.
I always liked how Grandmaster Sexy came out to the stage. He came out like this.
Give it all that.
Big Ricky Schubert jig. Put the sunglasses on him.
As soon as they put the sunglasses on, you'd be like, give it all that.
It was excellent stuff.
The theme song was amazing, man.
It was great. It was great. So early 2000s. They get the fashion, the shirts that they were wearing. Excellent. Oh God, we're really prone to tangents, aren't we? I was talking about Blair.
Too cool.
You will forgive us, we're passionate men. So the Bray Wyatt stuff was excellent. It was the best thing about Raw for me. And hopefully he wins at TLC and wins the Royal Rumble, because we're getting close to the Rumble. We're getting to Rumble season.
Best season.
Which is, for all WrestleMania is the biggest show of the year, the Royal Rumble's the best pay-per-view, I think.
The Royal Rumble match is amazing.
By far. I like that they've got a women's version now too, because 2 Royal Rumbles is better than 1. I just like the Royal Rumble.
The women's one's good as well.
It is. The first one they did especially was brilliant, I thought. Because all the legends come back, like Lita and Trish. And
Trish Stratus was in there as well. And she got pretty far. I think she was like last 3.
Michelle McCool eliminated like 6 women. She did brilliant. I thought she was going to win. She was out there murdering everybody. It was cool. I liked Michelle McCool back in the day, so that was pretty sweet. So we're getting to Rumble season, and now it's around about the time of year where you can sort of hope that the people you like will win. So every year, 2021 will be the same as every year since 2014, where I hope and pray that Bray Wyatt wins the Royal Rumble. He won't, but it'd be cool if he did.
He won't.
I wonder who will win the Royal Rumble.
Now you're asking. Just as our general, AJ Styles.
You know it's no though. You know who's going to win. Goldberg is going to win the title.
He is.
Goldberg is going to win the title, right? And then Roman Reigns is going to win the Royal Rumble. And he's going to win the title back for Goldberg at WrestleMania. You just know it.
Aye.
Make your peace with that, you know. You've got like a month to make your peace with that.
Sad.
In the year of our Lord 2020, Goldberg is going to be the champion. You remember the worst thing about all this is, we'll get back to the main point of Raw in a second, but the worst thing about all this is when he come back in 2016 to face Brock Lesnar, that was awesome for a step. And in his really sweet promo that he cut, he said, not only are you next, but Brock Lesnar, you're last, implying that was going to be the last guy he ever faced. Well, since then, the man has had two world championship runs. 2. Madness. Pair Kevin Owens and Bray Wyatt. And then Braun Strowman, of all people, was the one that beats him.
Aye.
I used to love Braun Strowman as well. There was a point where he was one of my favourite things going, saying like 2017, and he was just murdering everybody.
Aye.
It was awesome, but they've really ruined him. But that's a rant for a different day.
Aye. We'll wait until something stupid happens to him on Raw or something.
Yeah. He's been sacked for Smackdown, hasn't he? Because he put Hans on the wee guy.
Aye, the wee commissioner person.
Or is it Raw Braun Strowman's on? I can't remember. I think it's Raw.
That's sad that we can't remember.
I know. It used to be so cool as well. I'm not finished with you.
Get these hands.
He was tipping ambulances on folk and stuff.
Aye.
It was cool.
Just tipping lorries and stuff.
They really pushed. He's had like 12 world title matches and only won one of them now. Like they really as the main event. Incredible star. Anyway, so that was my favourite thing about Raw. What was yours?
Aye.
Was that your favourite thing about Raw too? Because that would be understandable.
Probably, because it's probably the best thing on Raw.
Yeah.
Because like I've got a list of what happened on Raw, and it starts off with yes to more Randy and Bray.
Yes.
Lana is making me not care at all about the women's tag titles.
Yes.
Not at all.
Slight correction, by the way, since you've reminded me, for last week, we did a bit last week on the show that how Asuka should be the women's champion and should be a star. It turns out she is the women's champion. We just didn't know because she's not presented as such. Because she's like an afterthought. So correction, Asuka is the women's champion. She's still not the killer she should be though. Sorry. No. Just wanted to get that on record that we were wrong.
That's completely fair and sad for Asuka because I like Asuka.
I love Asuka. She's cool.
Mm-hmm. Now she's dancing on TikTok with fucking Lana. But I've got a few shovel recommendations. Lana and Ricochet. Lana and Ricochet get the shovel. Retribution, as always, gets the shovel.
Was it no Dana Brooke that was with Ricochet? You said
Did I say?
Lana.
Lana gets it anyway. And Dana Brooke gets it.
Shovels for everybody.
Shovels for everyone that's not Randy, Bray, Drew, and Sheamus.
So true. They're the 4 best things about Raw, aren't they?
What else have I got here? Eminem or Shite. Miz and Morrison.
Aye. Yeah. Don't care about anything they do.
No, I'm glad they get battered all the time.
Oh, no, I forgot. He's Mr. Money in the Bank, isn't he?
Aye.
Oh. Go big to beat Roman and miss the cash in. Miss the cash in. And beat Goldberg on the same night. Then Roman wins the Rumble and beats the Miz at WrestleMania. Is that worse? Is the Miz v Roman at Mania worse than Roman v Goldberg? Because at least Goldberg is cool. I at least like Goldberg. I just don't think he should be the champion.
I don't think Miz should be champion, but
who would you rather have as champion? The Miz or Goldberg? In the year 2020.
It's in the year 2020.
Or it'll be 2021, I suppose, by the time all that kicks off. Because the year's nearly finished. If any of that even happens, because I've still got Sea Monster to rise for the ocean and destroy humanity on my 20th. So I've still got a few things left to happen. Zombies, sea monsters, and Azathoth awakening to stop humanity.
Look at him looking down at his list. Zombies, sea monsters.
2020 is not over yet. I don't think. Something catastrophic is still to come.
Could it be Goldberg taking the title?
If Great Cthulhu awakens and slays humanity, we will be spared the possibility of Goldberg versus The Miz.
Aye.
What would you rather? Goldberg
Imagine it Mania
versus
as
The Miz?
well.
Oh no, so bad.
No.
Zombies, or Goldberg versus The Miz at WrestleMania, or even worse, a triple threat: Goldberg, The Miz, and Roman. Oh, good lord!
Oh my god, that small school child, The Miz, would look so out of place.
I know. Because Goldberg may be an old man, but he's still hench. He's still a big
He's still
jack.
massive and 6'5" or whatever he is.
Oh, he's a big old boy. Big Bill.
Aye.
Big beefy Bill.
And so is Roman. Roman's what? 6'4".
Roman's a large man.
270 odd pound of pure muscle.
Yes.
That's something I wouldn't want to watch.
That is not some. Although there's even the possibility that it could be worse than that, and The Miz cashes in on Drew. Because Drew, we like a bit of Drew.
We like Drew.
Drew is the man.
Air.
Drew is from Air, and Drew is the man. A Scotsman is the WWE champion, and it'd be just like The Miz to ruin that. That's more likely because they're in a sort of feud. So that's possibly the more likely outcome. The Miz would need to be transferred to Smackdown. Or how does the Money in the Bank work now? Is there one?
I think they can go to either one. Nah.
Right.
I think they can go to either one.
I don't want him to beat Drew for the title though.
No. And the worry is if Sheamus turns on Drew, as it kind of looks like it might be, and then he capitalizes and takes the title.
Well, we spoke about that last week. I think some time between now and the Royal Rumble, Sheamus will intentionally brogue kick Drew's teeth in, because he did brogue kick him, but it was an accident. Allegedly.
Aye.
And they will have a feud for the title.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. You can never tell with Sheamus. He's always a bad guy. The man's a bastard. But in the best possible way. I love Sheamus. He's one of my favourite wrestlers. We've talked about that. And then The Miz cashes in at the Royal Rumble and beats Drew, which would be awful. He's cashing in on somebody. Oh, The Miz is going to go to WrestleMania as a champion or be in a title match. Oh no. Why? Why do you do these things, Vince? Why?
Uncle Vinny. Why?
Imagine how much different we would feel if Aleister Black was the Money in the Bank holder. And we'd be like, Aleister Black's going to come in and kick somebody to death and win the title, and it's going to be awesome. But no, that's not the case. Where even is Aleister Black?
I don't know.
I'm
hoping he might go back to NXT just for something to do. Just to prove that he's still really good.
Maybe he'll win the Rumble. Maybe he's being kept off TV as a surprise entrant in the Rumble, and he'll win. And
probably no.
Probably not. That's wishful thinking.
Probably not. No.
Every time we get towards the Rumble, we start fantasy booking who should come back, who should return, and who should win, and then none of the things ever happen, so we always got upset.
Aye. And if you're Martin, our other co-host, you'd want Tatanka in there.
It's context. We were having a chat in our messenger group a couple of days ago about wrestlers, and Martin just all of a sudden out the blue starts marking out about Tatanka, who nobody's seen in like 15 years. I was so struck by that. Because who were we even talking about? We were talking about, that's what it was. We were saying that all AEW needs now is to be WCW is to get Hogan, Hall, and Nash. And then Martin just ignored that and went, I like Tatanka. You're like, what?
Hogan, Hall, and Nash. Tatanka. I don't understand. I don't get it.
No. It was like that news clip of the wee boy that's being interviewed, and he just ignores the question and goes, I like turtles. It was like that, but with Tatanka.
It was, man. Because he was like, asked, why Tatanka? And he went, I like Tatanka.
I like Tatanka as well, to be fair.
Oh. He was like, oh, the Native American dude, as if we didn't know who Tatanka was.
I know.
Trying to explain to us, oh, he's Native American, you know.
The old Indian guy that came out to the war
Aye.
dance music. No, we know. He's like, I like Tatanka. I don't think Tatanka wrestles anymore, Martin. I'm sorry. He's been away for a while.
He was an old man when we were kids.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Remember he come back in like 2007 or 6?
Aye.
He came back on SmackDown. And his gimmick was that he couldn't win. He kept getting bit. It was really weird.
It was an awful gimmick.
His music hit. It was like, hey, da-da-da, da-da. And we're like, is that fucking Tatanka? I was sitting watching the telly, looking about. I was on my end, so I don't know who I was looking for. I was like, is that Tatanka? And he comes like wall chopping down to the ring. I'm like, holy fuck.
He's got that in the wee tomahawk and stuff. I remember I showed Lisa a Royal Rumble from a few years ago, and he was in it. And that's all you heard was that, ay. And Lisa looked at him because he looks pretty white. And she was like, I really hope that he is Native American.
He does. I don't know the man personally, but to look at him on the TV, he just looks like a big old white fella. Maybe he's got Native American heritage or something. Because WWE likes that. He's got a slight tan, doesn't he? But Roddy Piper was never Scottish. Roddy Piper's he's Canadian, so maybe they like a bit of that. If you've got heritage, then that's your gimmick. So maybe he actually has Native American heritage. I don't know.
Because that theme song, she was like, if he's not Native American, that's really bad.
He comes out like tomahawk. That was his finisher, wasn't it? The tomahawk chop. Like, if he's actually from like Florida, that's probably really bad.
Like, I don't know, Italian ancestry. Got nothing to do with it.
Where's your ancestry? Spanish. Oh, all right.
Sure, I've got some Portuguese in me somewhere.
That's not the same. You can't do that.
It's not the same. Not for that. Entrance music.
No, not for that gimmick. No. That'd be funny, but for all the wrong reasons. If he wasn't actually Native American.
That'd be so Vince McMahon, wouldn't it?
That would be so Vince McMahon.
So tangents. Tatanka, Raw. What have I got on the list? Bronuts.
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 The Bronuts segment made me hungry.
For Bronuts.
I wanted Bronuts. I like a turn of phrase. I like clever wordplay. And that's not even clever. It's just funny sounding. So I quite enjoyed that. Matt Riddle just stalking about, probably high. He's always high. Backstage, barefooted, offering folk Bronuts. You get some Bronuts, bro. Bro.
Hey, bro, you want some bro nuts?
Bro nuts.
You want some of my nuts? They're bro nuts.
Bro nuts. It's so stupid but funny. I like Matt Riddle. Oh, just Riddle as he is now known.
I like Edward Nigma the Riddler. Apart from like we said before, Bray, Randy, Drew, Sheamus, the rest of the show was okay, I guess. Wasn't great.
A lot of filler. Like, does anybody care about Cedric Alexander? No. I don't. Bobby Lashley beat Jeff Hardy. I mean, Bobby Lashley's cool. I like a bit of Bobby Lashley.
Like the Hurt Business is all right.
Aye.
Don't mind
because there's folk in there that are good. I like a bit of MVP. MVP's cool.
Aye. A bit of Shelton Benjamin.
Aye, there's a throwback, isn't it?
Aye.
Him and Haas were great back in the day.
The world's greatest tag team. Aye, there we go. That theme song was just duh, duh, duh. Taz would always go mental on the microphone for them.
Taz, I used to love that commentary team, Taz and Cole, back in the day.
Taz and Cole,
when SmackDown was awesome. Taz was cool.
With the fist.
Aye, there's the big metal fist coming out the room. Marlon Manson was the theme music. The beer of a big pow, the beer of a big pow.
Smackdown was great for like what 2002 to like
2000.
06?
Aye, so about 2002 to whenever Batista and the Undertaker had that feud, because their feud was great. I thought that was really good. Because I always liked Batista, and everybody's a massive mark for the Undertaker. So that's the thing about wrestling fans, isn't it? I've never met a wrestling fan that dislikes the Undertaker. Ever.
No. It was really weird because like I met Lisa in 2016 and that's when she started to get into wrestling. And then because in 2016 The Undertaker was basically just this myth, this legend that was in the background somewhere, probably in his house in Texas. But she was like I've heard The Undertaker's name, but like I've not been watching all these years to
appreciate
know of the mystique. So I was like, shut up. It's The Undertaker.
Shut up. You should have put on the network for $9.99. Yeah. Got Vince.
Got Michael Cole with me here.
That could be a show. Yeah. So you should have put on the network the Michaels v Taker for Mania 25. That's what you should have showed her. She's like, I don't really know who the Undertaker is. You're like, oh well, hang on, I'll show you. And you put that match on. That would have done it. That's all you need to be a convert.
No, I've been showing her the Ministry.
Yes, I like the Ministry.
Find the corporate ministry.
All the good staples. You know how I told you, we'll go back to Raw in a minute, another tangent. You know how I told you I've been watching all the stuff for 2000 onwards? I was sitting a couple of nights ago watching Raw for January 2000, and it's just before the Royal Rumble, which is a great pay-per-view.
Nice.
And The Godfather come out. And I was sitting in the couch losing my shit because I love The Godfather. And Carol Ann, my partner, came running through thinking there was something wrong because I was making a lot of noise. She's like, oh, what's wrong? And I'm sitting on the couch like this. She's like, what's wrong? And I looked at her and I go, pimping ain't easy. And then just keep dancing.
Perfectly in time. Pimping ain't easy.
Pimping ain't easy. D'Lo Brown comes out. He's got a big cigar in his mouth. Godfather's surrounded by the hose. Oh, god damn. The wrestling was fun. You couldn't have a pimp character in WWE now.
No, we were saying last week about how funny it was that like when he would come out, everyone would go, yeah, and see that the hose went there and they'd go, boo!
They would boo when the hose went over.
And then he's hefty overselling it like that. And then everyone goes, yes!
I tell you what, that reminded me of the funniest boo I ever heard. And about a fortnight ago, I got the idea in my head to watch, is it No Way Out 2001, when Triple H and Stone Cold have the 3 stages of hell match. It's a great match. But I watched the rest of the show as well. I just wanted to watch that match, but then I watched the rest of the show, and it was Stephanie McMahon v Trish Stratus. And it was to see who the dominant bitch in WWE was. That's how they were billing it. That's no my words, that's how it was billed. And Trish is wearing these like fucking hot pants, as she did back in the day. And Trish, Stephanie, like, poos them, like they start thonging. So like her ass cheeks are basically hanging out, and the crowd starts cheering for it. Stephanie starts spanking her and stuff, and then like Trish gets back up, and she pulls her shorts back down so that they're no longer thonging, and the crowd starts booing. The crowd booed her because she covered her ass up, which I thought was hilarious. Because you obviously you can't do that now. Somebody would complain on Twitter like, that's inexcusable, you must apologise. But it was the year 2001 and folk had a sense of humour, I suppose. And I was just sitting laughing, watching it, thinking, that's the best boo I've ever heard. Getting booed for covering our ass cheeks.
Hi, Raw.
Raw, so Drew
I think
and
that's
Sheamus.
about it.
Well, Drew and Sheamus had they lost a handicap match against the Miz and his goons. Whoever it was, there was 3 of them. I can't remember who the other one was.
It was AJ and Morrison.
AJ, that was it. Because Sheamus broke out Drew McIntyre. Then they had a brawl backstage, and then after it, they were boys again.
They were pals again.
Because they're hard. One's Irish and one's Scottish. And in our cultures, a fist fight doesn't mean that you're no longer pals. And we've all had one of them. We've all came to Hans, we were pals. And then after it, they were like laughing and drinking. And Sheamus was like, oh, I'm going to get a Guinness. I need to go to the pub. wrap up your interview, brother. I need to go for a Guinness because he's Irish and they all drink Guinness, I guess. Yeah.
Aye.
But that was cool. They're definitely going to have a title match soon. Sheamus is going to turn on him for real.
I think so.
So that was basically
Aye, because you've went over the Bray turn into the Fiend transition as
which
well.
was the best thing of the week.
Aye.
I thought.
What's next? NXT.
NXT. War Games. War Games was pretty
War
good.
Games. War Games was really good. Enjoyed it.
William Regal screaming War Games.
Oh, that's my favorite shit, man.
Aye.
War Games.
Just love William Regal.
Oh, but Lord Stephen.
Power of the punch. Get the bloody scrubbers. Get the scrubbers. I said, get the bloody
scrubbers. Oh, that's great.
I can't even think about William Regal and not say that.
No.
No.
All I've basically got here is NXT is better than AEW.
NXT is better than AEW. Huh?
Yeah.
NXT is better than AEW. The War Games pay-per-view was really quite awesome, I thought. I like... Oh, I've got his name here, so I don't remember it. Because I hadn't watched NXT in a while, so I've only just started getting back into it, so a lot of the names there, I'll learn them. But Dexter Lumis was cool.
Dexter Lumis is cool.
Because I had been off wrestling for a wee while up until about a month ago. I had never seen him before. And then I watched War Games and I thought he was quite sweet. He's wee mustache, the creepy eyes. He's like a mix of Michael Myers and Dennis Reynolds.
Aye. That's a good mix.
Yeah, that's a sweet mix.
Good comparison there. Aye.
Because Dennis can stare for a very, very long time.
Without blinking for hours.
Mm.
But I like Dexter Lumis.
Aye.
And he was up against Cameron Grimes in a strap match.
Strap match? You don't see many strap matches in them. I like a strap match.
But as we were saying last week, Triple H is just a big mark.
He is, isn't he? Aye.
Alright. It's brought back Starrcade, War Games, Halloween Havoc.
Halloween Havoc, yes.
Aye.
That was cool. So the actual two War Games matches were good. They were really good. The women's match was good.
Aye.
There was a spot for that I wanted to bring up. It's when Io Shirai, the champion, when she climbed the top of the cage and put the bin, the trash can on, and then dove into everybody. I thought that was really cool.
When she went up there, and I was like, "What are you doing? Why have you got a bin? Oh, why are you putting a bin over yourself? Oh no!"
She comes cannonballing into the crowd with a bin.
What if you miss?
You can't see where you're going, but if you land on the turnbuckle or something and die, you don't want that.
No.
And the bit
don't try this at home, kids.
Where the heel team was preventing her from getting into the cage was quite cool. It was quite good.
That was cool.
I want
Rhea Ripley has to be my fucking favorite.
I want the whole team to win. I like Rhea Ripley.
Like because I made a predictions and put it on Twitter, and I always have her to win because she's amazing.
Quite sort of round up that we judge wrestling based on how the people we like are then. You see a lot of other YouTube channels that talk about they're pushing this guy, they're burying that guy. It's best for business if Daniel Bryan is the champion or something stupid like that. But we are genuine marks. I know we made a joke about that last week, but we are, and I'm only ever happy when the folk I like are winning. I don't care about the better stories or the deeper meaning of the business. Like if Sheamus was world champion, I'd be very happy with that. You know what I mean? That's the sort of thing I'm talking about. That's why I like Brock Lesnar. I've never had a problem with him being the champion for that whole time because I like Brock Lesnar.
I like Brock Lesnar.
So I wanted Rhea Ripley's team to win. It was a bit sad that they didn't. The heel team won. The wee lassie with the pink hair. Again, I don't remember other names off by heart. I will be more professional in shows going forward. If you've got to give me some time to settle back into it.
Aye. Which one with the pink hair? Was it Toni Storm?
No, she's blonde.
Pink and blonde.
The heel, the leader of the heel team. She had like pink hair. Or blue hair or purple hair, some funny coloured hair. I can't remember her name for the life of me.
Candice LeRae.
Candice LeRae, aye. the demon Pixie or something. They called her the something Pixie.
Aye, Johnny Gargano's wife.
Are they married?
Aye.
Cool. Did not know that. And he won the North American Championship back. That's a sweet looking belt, isn't it? I love the design for the North American Championship. It's really cool. Yeah,
it's really cool. I thought Damien Priest should win.
I did. The spot where he picked the champion up, the tiny wee guy, and flung him through the window, and it all collapsed, and he looked all sad about what he had done. I thought that was pretty sweet.
Aye, Damien Priest is so cool, man. Like, see his voice; it's so deep, and you just believe what he's saying.
Yeah.
Whereas, what was the champion's name?
Something Rough.
Aye, Leon Ruff.
Leon Ruff. Right.
Aye, because they put the title around him as a joke, and then it fell off because he was too skinny, and all this stuff. Like, hey, get it on Damien Priest. He looks like a badass.
He does. He reminds me of Baron Corbin before Baron Corbin got sort of ruined. Because I used to like Baron Corbin when he had the long hair and the waistcoat type thing. Priest has got a similar look to Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin's a baldy king.
Doesn't really do anything.
No, which is a shame because I quite like Baron Corbin.
He's one of the guys.
Aye, he's one of the guys you're not supposed to like. Everybody shits on Baron Corbin. I quite like Baron Corbin.
Aye.
Hey, what else happened to War Games? Ciampa beat that guy. Thatcher. Ciampa beat Thatcher. That was a great match. That was a really good match.
Ciampa is so hench, man.
Aye, he is, isn't he? He's like wiry muscle because he's not got a lot of body fat. He's got one of them really wiry, muscular bodies.
Aye.
He's cool.
Like his shoulders are so wide as well. It's weird looking.
Yeah, it's good. I like that match because that was a throwback to that sort of like classic mat wrestling, but you know what I mean, like early WCW technical thing. It was quite nice. And then it descends into a kind of brawl. He's Thatcher's ears all bust open. It was cool. It was a great match. And then, what else? What else happened at War Games? What else was there?
There was Undisputed Era against Pat McAfee's team.
That's what I wanted to talk about. I remember thinking towards the end of that match, they missed a great opportunity for one of the Undisputed Era to turn heel. Because all throughout that match, right, the commentators, my man Barrett kept saying that Pat McAfee had spent millions and a fortune buying these other guys off and assembling a team. And I thought, wouldn't it be a cool twist if at the end, as an insurance policy, he's bought one of the Undisputed Era members? And I kept thinking, like, that's how this match should end. One of them betrays Adam Cole and Pat McAfee's team wins. See, when they surrounded McAfee towards the end, I was like, who did I think it was going to be? The one with the beard. Bobby Fish.
Bobby Fish.
I kept thinking for some reason that the Fish, he's going to turn. And it's going to be revealed that McAfee bought him off as an insurance policy. I thought that'd have been quite cool, but he didn't. And Undisputed Era just kicked the shit out of Pat McAfee.
It was a good match, though. I really liked the Undisputed Era.
System.
Adam Cole, baby.
I did like the Undisputed Era. I thought they missed an opportunity there to turn one of them heel. It'd have been cool.
I thought maybe Kyle O'Reilly might have turned.
Kyle O'Reilly? That's the one with the annoying face, isn't it?
Aye.
But no, the Undisputed Era won. It was a great match. Pat McAfee. I don't even know who Pat McAfee is. Is he a talk show host?
I think he was a football player, like an American football player.
Right.
But I think he's got a podcast as well, and he's just been talking mad shit. Right. To be fair, he's a really good heel. Like,
that's what I remember thinking in that match. His heel work is pretty good. It was good. It was an entertaining match, and the Era won. War Games is cool, man. I'm glad they've brought it back. I used to like War Games on WCW. Yeah.
Really? War Games is cool. Like, King of the Ring is cool. I like that as well. They should bring that back.
They should bring King of the Ring back, but they should bring it back the way it was when it started. Like the whole tournament's in one night. Remember, King of the Ring 92, 93, one of them, when Bret Hart won King of the Ring. And like the whole tournament was in one night, and then like he kept getting wee injuries in each match, like against Mr. Perfect and Bam Bam and all that. That was really cool. But then towards like the late 90s, early 2000s, they did King of the Ring matches on like Raw and SmackDown, like the quarterfinals and stuff were on Raw and SmackDown. And only the final was at the pay-per-view. I hated that. So if they bring it back, it should be all in one night like it used to be.
And that's a pay-per-view that can be built around the gimmick. Whereas like Money in the Bank, that shouldn't be. Like things like that. Nah, not for me. The King of the Ring,
I always liked Money in the Bank better when it was at WrestleMania. The Money in the Bank leather match was at Mania.
Yeah, like Mania 21 was cool.
It gave a lot of like upper mid card guys something today at WrestleMania. You always had Kane in there, Edge was in them, Jeff Hardy was always in them, Finlay was always in them. CM Punk was in a few.
If Ric Flair wasn't doing it, and he'd be in a few.
The Nate was in one or two of them. Van Damme was in there. So you got a lot of these like mid to upper.
Shelton Benjamin was in there as well.
Shelton Benjamin was in a few of them.
He did quite a lot.
It was always a good match to get these guys on WrestleMania, but now they just made a hell pay-per-view run about it. Which is it's kind of fun. It's less fun, but it's still an important pay-per-view because the Money in the Bank features into the title picture at some point. So that's kind of nice. But they should definitely bring King of the Ring back, make the entire the tournament in one night, and guaranteed title shot for a champion of your choosing. That'd be really cool. Because then if somebody wins
King of the Ring's cool, man.
King of the Ring is
throne
cool.
And everything.
And if somebody was to win the tournament all in one night, they could market them like that. Look how great their endurance is. They survived the entire show in one night. They're really tough. It would get you ever. It got Bret Hart over something fierce when he won his. Which I used to have on VHS back in the day, that tournament. It was cool.
Yeah.
And the actual NXT show after War Games was great as well. Because Karrion Kross returned. And I like Karrion Kross. Yeah. He battled your boy Damian Priest.
Aye.
Yeah,
I do like Damian Priest, but but no, Kross is cool.
Who's
that woman he's with? Is it that Scarlett Bordeaux?
But Scarlett Bordeaux. It was sweet enough because Finn Balor returned with the title, and the ring was filling up with prospective opponents for him, and he's standing out in the Titantron, and then Scarlett just walks out and starts laughing at him like, never mind these other guys. Kross is coming back. He's going to get you. It was basically she never even said anything. She just stood there laughing at him. Kross is coming back. He's going to get you. So I imagine that's probably going to be the match. Whatever their next show is, New Year's Evil, NXT New Year's Evil. I imagine Kross will go up against Balor. Because Kross never lost the championship, did he? He had to forfeit it because of injury.
I think he had to forfeit.
Yeah. So I imagine he'll win it back. That'd be quite cool.
I think so, but I'm just excited to see the match.
I'm excited to see the match. It'll be a great match. Yeah. I like a bit of Finn Balor.
I like the Prince.
Yeah, the Prince.
What else have I got for the NXT show? I've got that Tommaso Ciampa so hench in it.
That's in your notes.
That's it. It's right there. Tommaso Ciampa is so hench. What else happened? The Grizzled Young Veterans took on Imperium. I was all right. I like Imperium. I don't mind the Grizzled Young Veterans. I think they're from NXT UK.
I've never watched that. I'm thinking about.
I've watched it once. I think I watched like NXT UK Takeover Blackpool or something, because everyone was going on about Walter, and I'm like, who the fuck's this Walter? So I put it on, and he just comes out, and he's got like the orchestra behind him and everything. It's creepy, and then he just smashes everyone.
I need to get a look. I need to get a try.
Like, Walter is amazing. He should be world champ.
Right. Again, I've heard the name, but I've never, to my credit, or to my shame, I have never watched.
To your credit.
To my shame, I have never watched NXT UK. I probably should. Because
you should see some of his chops, man.
Well, we're from the UK, and it's sort of buying out the UK independent scene, isn't it? So we should probably watch.
No.
So we should probably watch it. Hey, yes.
We could probably go to a show once all this pandemic's over.
Once the plague ends, we could take it, we could live stream it. The AEW wrestling boys at NXT UK.
A wrestling show we can actually watch during the day.
I know, that would be great. A reasonable time.
And get home at a normal hour.
And still have a nice dinner. Because for anybody not from Britain that watches this, if we want to take in a live pay-per-view in our lovely country, you need to sit up till 1 a.m. And that's only when it starts. It doesn't finish till like 5. And I'm getting old. I can't do that.
No, I'm too old for that nonsense.
Madness. That's an unreasonable.
I can't stay up till 4 or 5 in the morning to watch Retribution. It's not something that's going to happen.
No. And if I was to sit up to that time to watch The Miz cash in and win the title, I just wouldn't be able to sleep. I'd be so upset.
Big Damo'S back. He was fighting Pete Dunne in the background. What's his name? Damian?
Killian Dane.
Killian Dane is his new name,
He's... I like him. I liked him. I liked Sanity. He was in Sanity.
He was.
Sanity were cool. Eric Young.
Nikki Cross. Eric Young and
a big German guy.
The German. I think he's in Imperium now. The German.
All right. And Eric Young went back to TNA, didn't he? Or Impact.
He went back to TNA.
That's a shame.
I saw him on Tuesday and I'm like, is that Eric Young? Because I thought he'd went to like NXT UK or something.
Yeah. That's a shame, man. Sanity were cool. They were a really big deal in NXT. They were a huge deal in NXT as well, and then McMahon ruined them.
Big Vinny happened.
And Nikki Cross is... I don't know what she's doing there. She was teamed with Alexa Bliss, but now Alexa Bliss is evil again, so they're not pals anymore.
Aye. And Nikki Cross has still got the crazy Sanity theme song, even though she's like, oh my god, Lexi, we're best pals.
It's funny listening to her talk because she's got a really broad Scottish accent.
But she's trying to like do that like Scottish American thing for people to understand her.
Which Drew has got done to a T. But Nikki still has that really strong Glasgow accent. Alexa! Don't do it, Alexa, he's evil!
He's no right.
We can slag the accent because we're for the same country. I actually really like Nikki Cross though, she's cool. Like I'm not
I like Nikki Cross.
It's just surreal to me watching a huge American production and hearing Scottish accents. Scottish people doing well in the world. It's nice.
Look at them.
Because we're not a nation of winners. So it's quite nice to see.
We celebrated for like a week just to get to a tournament.
I know.
How sad's that?
That is pathetic, isn't it?
No. After 22 years.
22 years, and in that time, all we ever had was Andy Murray, the tennis player, and I don't care about tennis. So when Andy Murray was winning,
you're not sitting on Murray Hill.
No, I'm not. Not
took it off of your man, Tinman.
Mama, I don't like Henman. Where did you get that? Tim Henman. Tim Henman's not my man. I have never marked Tim Henman.
You love a bit of Tim.
I don't like tennis. Unless it's Anna Kournikova. Or Serena Williams and her grunting.
Man, that's hilarious. She sounds like Braun Strowman.
She does. But the funny thing about her is she's attractive. She's like a really pretty woman. That sounds like I'm peddling a film. She's a pretty woman. But no, she's scary. She's got this scary voice.
And like you see those still pictures of her like hitting a ball, and like she's so buff, man.
Aye. Does she know hit a tennis serve over 100 miles an hour? She could knock your head clean after shoots.
Imagine that was a sword instead of a tennis racket.
She'd be a good pro wrestler. I think she's a great athlete, Serena Williams. You can tell when you look at her, you can tell that you do nothing but train and eat. You know, top tier athlete.
She is a tennis machine.
Oh, she's the best female tennis player in the world. Probably better than a lot of the guys, I would think. I don't watch tennis, so I don't know. I assume the skills are transferable between the two. You know what I mean? I never watched a game of tennis a day in my life. Hate it. I used to play Wii tennis quite a lot though.
Talking about non-wrestling, what about AEW?
Sweet transition.
Basically, what I've got here is AEW. Fuck you. You'll get your chance this week. Smackdown.
So am I not allowed to talk about Sting? No.
Oh, that's fine. Sting's the exception. You can talk about Sting.
Sting is there, and in typical Sting is there.
Sting is there.
In typical Sting fashion, the only thing for sure about Sting is that nothing's for sure. So I don't know. What does that mean? Is he going to wrestle? He's an old man. Can he even take a bump? His neck's made out of styrofoam.
I don't think he can take a bump.
If Sting takes a bump in AEW and ends up a turn-up, I'm going to be really, really unhappy. But the man doesn't need to be there. He's surely a millionaire. Can you not just retired on a Legends contract with WWE? Come out and made special appearances every so often.
You'd think so, but AEW needs that YouTube clip, don't they?
They've got me because I have now watched 2 YouTube clips in the space of a week for AEW.
Woof.
Because Sting was in them both.
You want to swap shows?
No.
Why not? Are you not an avid gymnast?
Because if I was reviewing AEW, it'd just be, here's what Sting did this week, and then it would end. No, I can't review AEW. It would just be, oh, here's what Sting did, and then it would end of the show. It would be on for about 3 minutes.
3-minute shows.
The weekly Sting watch. Here's Sting. Sting's there, and then I just stop.
Sting appeared. Sting said some stuff. Sting left.
And a bunch of other people that I don't know or care about. Well, they're doing things. Yeah. It's no for me.
They probably shouldn't be.
They probably shouldn't be. He's going to wrestle Chris Jericho, isn't he?
No, he's going to get beat.
See, if they had just let him beat Triple H at Mania, we wouldn't be in this situation.
You know sure. Mm-hmm.
Instead, they made him... Everything about that was stupid. And I was really excited for that match because I love Triple H and I love Sting. And then halfway through the match, the ancient and decrepit members of DX come running into the ring instead of beating the shit out of Sting. You're like, DX is just beating the shit out of Sting. And funnily enough, I watched that live with my mate Ricky, and he will watch this and he'll like his credit. And I was complaining at the time. I was like, why is DX beating the shit out of Sting? This is so stupid. And Ricky went, I'll know Dave's accent because he's got a funny Derby accent, but he went, watch this. The NWO is going to come out and save Sting, and it's going to be WWE, WCW. And I went, that's so stupid. Why would you say that? Sting and NWO were mortal enemies. Why would the NWO come out to save Sting? It's like that entire version of Sting is modelled on about the fact that he was trying to get rid of the NWO. I was like, why would they come out to save Sting? And then sure as shit, and the even more ancient and decrepit members of the NWO took forever to get down to the ring, and Ricky was right. And it was the NWO v.
Because that Mania ramp was so long, and they're just giving it all that.
Paul's giving this, Hogan's playing his guitar, Kevin Nash is trying to walk without tearing something. It took for
Say that's his face.
No, he's terrifying. And as I said earlier, I really love Kevin Nash, but the man's quads they pop every so often. So don't kill me. I'm a massive Kevin Nash fan. But still, it took way too long, and it was stupid as all hell. Because Sting and the NWO were blood enemies. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know Sting, he joined the Wolfpack, didn't he? Maybe if the Wolfpack came out to save Sting. Like if Kevin Nash and Scott Steiner and whoever the fuck else was, and Lex Luger. If they brought Lex Luger back and the Wolfpack came out, then I would accept that because Sting was in the Wolfpack, but he was never in the black and white. It made no sense. No. And Ricky was right. He was like, see, told you. And I'm like, fuck up.
He booked it right.
Aye. He's like, I know it's stupid, man, but it's what they'll do. I was like, no, they won't. They were enemies. It doesn't make sense. And then, I was right. It was the NWO. Oh well. And Sting lost. So no, he's in AEW.
And then Sting lost.
And then
because that golden shovel is strong.
Because it's
super effective.
Triple H used golden shovel. Yes. Yeah. Weird. It was a weird one. But this thing is in AEW. Fuck knows. It's maybe your problem.
That's basically the only reason to watch.
Is it though? Do you want to see him wrestle at this age?
No. Well, then what's the reason to watch it? See, I explained it to Lisa the other day as if like AEW is kind of like a car on the train tracks. Like, you know it shouldn't be there. You know something bad's going to happen. But you stay and you watch anyway, just to see it implode.
So AEW is basically if you stretched a shark attack out for a 2-hour long tele show.
Yeah, pretty much. It was as if someone's messing with open wiring with no gloves.
Oh.
Just waiting for the zap.
Oh. And you can watch Scott's weekly AEW roundup starting next Wednesday for fair and unbiased commentary. Completely
unbiased.
I'm sure.
Take it up with Google, you dicks.
Take it up with Google. So that was AEW. Sting was there, and there was an hour and a half of other things. What happened
Sting was there, and that was it.
What happened in SmackDown?
There's more Sasha Banks and Carmella trash talk at the start.
I don't like Carmella. She's so boring. And they've basically got the same gimmick. I know I said it last week, Sasha Banks and Carmella.
It is pretty much the same, though.
Who's the face and who's the heel? They both get like, I'm a bitch character.
I'm a snarky bitch.
I'm a sassy bitch with a lot of like rings. That's both of them. That's the two of them. The only difference is Sasha Banks can work. Sasha Banks is a great wrestler. I like Sasha Banks. I said it last week. I hope she just battles Carmella and is done with it and moves on to something bigger and better.
Are they having a fight at TLC? Because I'm pretty sure their match in SmackDown was maybe for the title. I'm unsure.
It was. Sasha Banks won, didn't she?
I think so. And then
not very good
Carmella like smashed her.
Who won? I don't know. Did you watch it? No.
I don't know. I'm gonna tune in
every week.
Every week. I don't know. Oh, The Godfather was cool, eh?
The Godfather was cool. Didn't easy.
Oh God!
So hopefully they will have a match at TLC. And hopefully Sasha Banks just kicks fuck out her and moves on to something else. Where's Naomi? Is Naomi still in it?
I don't think she's getting used.
No, see, why is Carmella in the title picture then if Naomi's floating about? Naomi's great. Everybody likes Naomi. Feel the glow, motherfucker.
Feel the glow. Naomi's cool. Lisa says it all the time. Like, why isn't Naomi getting used? Because she really likes She really likes Naomi's entrance and her theme song and everything.
Sweet, I'm a man. Bring it
it proper pumps you up, and then she does the knee slide.
She's great, man. She's athletic as all hell. Some of her moves are great.
Aye.
We went to see a TV taping of SmackDown in 2017, Caroline and I. They were recording live for the Hydro in Glasgow. For some reason, I don't remember why. It was like the European tour. And we went, and because she doesn't watch much wrestling now, but back in the day was a massive fan, and her favourites was Kurt Angle and Shane McMahon, right? So this was Shane McMahon was still the GM of SmackDown in 2017, and when he came out to the ring, she burst out greeting because she got to see him. It was sweet. But Naomi was there, and we both popped a bit for Naomi because I seen that entrance live. It was really cool. Yeah, Naomi. And Kane was I felt Kane's fire. It was awesome.
Oh, nice.
Kane was my favourite wrestler as a child. And I got to see Kane in real life for the first time. And Bray Wyatt was there, and Randall. and Nikki Bella, wherever she is now, having children.
Aye.
To some guy that's no John Cena.
Some guy that's no John Cena.
Their entire marriage was at work. Prove me wrong.
It had to be.
Prove me wrong.
It was the whole basis of Total Bellas.
It was done for a TV show in a WrestleMania spot where he proposed to, and it was stupid.
And then he just broke it off for that. That's in WrestleMania history forever. Didn't even follow through.
That's up there with like Hogan slamming Andre the Giant. Stone Cold turning heel at 17.
Aye. I'm pretty sure he's engaged to a new woman and they're like having a kid or something. The two things like he said that he never wanted from her.
Is he? I have no idea where he is or what he's doing in his life. John Cena.
I think he's in the new Suicide Squad movie.
Is his new hair in the Suicide Squad movie too?
I hope so.
Would you think that? Is that a wig or is it plugs? What do you think?
I think it's plugs because like I watched the Celtic Warrior workouts. Seamus
YouTube channel's great, isn't it?
Aye. And he had Cena on and he was like he was doing his stretches and like the camera's behind him. He's got this massive bald patch on the back of his head. So I think it must be plugs.
Cena. Grow old gracefully, son. You know?
Grow old like McMahon.
Was it? Oh,
so graceful.
Oh. No, last night, but... Or was it last night? No, the night before. I went back and watched Cena's match at this year's Mania with Wyatt, the Funhouse match, because it's hilarious. And all the way through it, I was like, fuck, his hair is fake.
Aye.
Oh, it's weird.
Oh, mate, it's so weird looking, isn't it?
So Cena and his new hair are engaged. That's nice. For him. The Nikki Bella thing was at work. It had to have been.
Aye. It looked that way anyway.
I'm sure he probably pumped her for real, but I don't think they were engaged.
The dirty dog.
The dirty dog. So where's Naomi? Naomi should be back.
Aye, Smackdown.
Smackdown. And, somehow John Cena's.
We love a tangent, man.
I know, but so bad at this.
It's hardly like boom, 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 boom. This happened. This is our review. Do you think John Cena's got hair plugs?
Aye. I did.
I did. What of it?
The man has fake hair, but that's entirely up to him, isn't it? You think being built like that, he wouldn't have any physical insecurities. But no. Men have got such a thing about being bald. I know when I started losing my hair, I was so wound up about it. Mm-hmm. I'm fine now. It's been long enough. But anyway, what else happened in SmackDown?
Let's have a look. Dolph Ziggler took on Montez Ford.
Who?
One of the Street Profits.
Ah, right.
He's one half the partnership that I said should get the shovel last week.
Right. Oh.
So he can get the spade.
They spent weeks burying the War Raiders, didn't they? So they can definitely get the shovel.
Aye. And what was it I said last week? It's always the same stuff. It's the in case you missed it segment. That's what they do. Oh, yeah. Here's what happened. Here's what's going to happen. Keep watching. I'm Montez Ford. It's like, fuck off.
Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph Ziggler beat him. With Bobby Roode at the side, and I like Alan. Dolph Ziggler won for a change. The zigzag didn't.
Good lord above. Dolph Ziggler won a match. The end is truly near. That's a shame as well, because I said last week I used to love Dolph Ziggler. He's a great worker. And Bobby Roode is awesome. Or glorious, I should say.
Bobby Roode was cool as in it, and then he moved up and then nothing happened with him.
I know, it's such a shame.
It's the saddest thing.
There's another one. Great NXT guys that don't make it.
No.
Glorious. I won't give in.
Mate, that transcended wrestling as well. That song. Because everyone was singing it.
They were using it at NFL games and stuff.
And
NBA games. The crowd was breaking into Glorious.
Mm-hmm. Now he doesn't really do it.
That's a shame.
He had to completely change his facial hair to be Robert Roode just to get back on the telly. Now he's just back with the beard because he's raging as well. But, what else happened? Sami Zayn took on Big E. Sami Zayn won, which doesn't make much sense because Big E's massive.
And supposed to be getting a main event push.
Aye, he's got new music and everything. Do you think he'd win?
Yeah.
Aye. When you've got new music, that's the sign.
He's got new music. He's going to win. I think his bet.
He didn't.
But he didn't.
You got beat. You got beat by Sami Zayn.
Ye old 50-50
He looks like
booking.
he looks homeless.
He does. I don't like Sami.
Aye, I get AEW and Smackdown. 50-50 and nothing.
Because I'm a winner. I get the best the deal. I get the best deal. You get Roman Reigns. You should be happy. You get Carmella.
I've got Sting.
You've got Sting.
That's it. That's it.
I've got Bray Wyatt.
I'm not counting Carmella. I just clicked on it.
You get Carmella. You can talk about Carmella every week. Isn't that great?
Can I?
You've got Bailey.
I've got Bailey. I've got Sasha.
And Sasha.
Natal.
You've got the boat.
Natal. I've got the boat. Someone bring in the sail.
Clever.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, I got Asuka and Alexa and Bray and Randall and Drew and Shamos. I also get the Miz though, so there's no entirely all in. You know, my breakdown every week is going to be just like the Bray Wyatt or the Bray Wyatt 10 minutes even, because it's going to be like a 10-20 minute video.
Aye.
But I'm just going
Bray Wyatt's the only good thing.
I'll spend 10 minutes gushing about everything Bray Wyatt says and does, and then be like, oh, and some other people did some other things. Wowie.
What? I'm trying to think of what I can look forward to. Nothing.
Goldberg beating
Roman
Reigns.
Aye. Just take the mick out of AEW supporters on Twitter. That's always fun.
Aye. Again, the Always Wild on Wrestling Twitter account is run by him. So send all your hate to Scott and know me. It's got nothing to do with me. I'm the face. I'm the good guy. You've got smarmy bastard heel written all over you.
Hollywood Rock. Bring it.
Yeah. oh, that's a bold comparison.
Got to him, bold man.
Hollywood Rock was the best version of The Rock. I thought.
Aye, Hollywood Rock was cool as anything, man.
He was hilarious. The funniest promos ever. He's guilty, officer. It's the Hamburglar. Arrest him. He's guilty of shoving McNuggets straight up his ass.
What's that one where like the Hurricane comes in his room? It's like, oh, I could beat you, Rock. It's like, you could beat the Rock. You're nothing. Oh, hang on. It's my phone going. Oh, it's nothing. He says he knows you.
No, it's when he comes out before Backlash, before the night of Goldberg's debut, and all the crowd's chanting, Goldberg at The Rock. And I goes, hey, don't think you're cool because you know The Rock's accountant, Ira Goldberg. It's tax season, man. That ain't cool. I love that. Such a good line. It's tax season. You know The Rock's accountant. Hey, that ain't cool, man. You know The Rock's accountant, Ira Goldberg. Tax season, man. That ain't cool.
Oh, God.
Then when Goldberg comes out and spears him, The Rock sells it like he's been shot.
Like, see, that's still him just getting hit, and his face is like, He proper goes up, then down.
Oh, did you see the clip 90s WWE Twitter put out? a couple of days ago is The Rock taking a stunner for Stone Cold. And he takes the stunner and he goes down and he pops back up and starts shaking and starts drinking the beer again. And Stone Cold hits him with another stunner and he does the flip. Anybody that listens to this, you check out the 90s Twitter, 90s wrestling WWE account on Twitter. It's hilarious.
I follow his great, man.
There are these sweet gifs and stills for 90s wrestling, for 90s WWE. It's awesome.
It's good.
It's hilarious. The Rock used to sell the stunner like nobody's business. Smackdown.
Otis and Chad Gable took on Cesaro and Nakamura. And Nakamura got a win.
Yeah, well, that's always nice.
So it's not all bad.
It's not all bad. I love Nakamura. I like Cesaro too.
I like Cesaro as well. Strong as anything, man.
Yes, the man is powerful.
And then Otis is... I think I read somewhere that Otis and Keith Lee were getting sent back to the Performance Center.
Keith Lee as well?
Aye.
Oh. Why?
I've no idea. Apparently, from what I've seen, that McMahon just doesn't believe in them.
It's because
he doesn't see anything in Keith Lee.
It's because they're fat. McMahon does not like fat people. For some reason.
He doesn't.
For some reason. I don't know why that is. Because Keith Lee is
the only reason he tolerated Big Show is because he's 7 foot.
Maybe they sent the Big Show back to OVW though. Because he was too fat.
Because he was far too fat.
He made Yokozuna the champion. That's about the only time. The only time he's ever run with a fat guy.
It's in the 90s. Big Show was quite thin.
He was like muscular.
That'll
be why he never used Vader properly, because Vader was fat.
He was a fat guy.
But Vader was a huge star everywhere he went, except WWE. And it's a shame, because Vader was great.
Vader was great, man.
Vader was amazing. Do you remember when we were in class together, we always used to just watch that Vader promo? WCW, where he cuts a promo on Hogan. And the camera just like, when the camera opens up, there's just Vader staring at it. Hogan! Hogan!
The fear is here!
The fear is there!
It's there!
The demon stands before you!
And he does that thing. Hogan!
It's Vader time!
He just looks at the camera all serious and he goes, oh, I love it. That's great.
You know, we kept shoehorning Vader into our class project. So,
we had to print something out. We would have a wee Vader in the corner.
So, when me and Scott were in class together, we had to do a class project in a wider group with these other folk. And we had to print off a big report. And in every page of the report, we had photocopied an image of Vader just in the corner like this. And when the teacher was like, "What's that?" we went, "It's Vader." And then went and gave her that. She had no idea who Vader was. She's like, "Why have you done that?" We're like, "Because it's Vader time." Why else? What time is it, Scott? Oh, it's Vader time.
I think that was it. Boys, why have you done that? Oh, Scott, what time is it? Oh, I believe it's Vader time. And
then we get one of these.
Disgraceful. Horrible marks.
Filthy. The filthiest.
Oh
man, I love Vader.
That's so is like WCW promo with like he's just backflipping in the mountains.
He's got the tank top on. He's out in the mountains. It cuts between him bicep curling and him just going like this. Screaming into the trees.
Why he's on the bike and he's just doing curls?
He's on the exercise bike while bicep curling because Vader was a unit.
Oh, and that one was like early to mid 90s WCW, and it's him and Flair and all them, and they go to that beach and he bursts that basketball.
No, that was in an episode of Baywatch. Remember?
Was it?
That was an episode of Baywatch. Flair, Hogan, Vader, and Randy Savage were in an episode of Baywatch when they were in WCW. And legit, like, in the show, Nate was the bad guy for that episode. It was like buying up beach property or something. It was illegally buying beach property, and Vader was his henchman. So like the limo pulls up, right? And David Hasselhoff's like, oh, who's this guy? And Hogan's like, oh, it's Ric Flair. And Nate comes out on the beach in a suit. Vader comes out behind him in jeans and a tank top and the mask, and there's a wee Wayne playing with a basketball. And Vader takes the ball and busts it, and just goes, and then I can't remember how it goes, but Nate is illegally trying to buy up property, and then so they settle it with a cage match on the beach, and it's the Nate and Vader against Hogan and Randy Savage with David Hasselhoff in the corner. Because the Nate is illegally buying the beach or something. It's so stupid, but it's hilarious.
Oh, it's fantastic. You should all watch it if you've no.
You should all watch it.
The way he looks that kid right in the eye goes,
squeezes his basketball.
and flexes in his face.
One of these. The Mastodon
the Cobra neck.
For the Rocky Mountains.
For the Rocky Mountains.
Hogan!
Hogan! The fear! I do it to Lisa all the time. See if she's annoyed. The fear is here!
The fear is there!
She does it to me as well. It's so funny, man.
The demon stands before you!
It wasn't too long ago. Like, everything was just pure silent in here, and then all I heard was her go, Hogan!
Yes. Yes. Powerful Lisa Love Invader, that's great. What I like to break an uncomfortable silence, just someone who listens. Hogan! Hogan!
She'll look me in the eye and go,
Yes, because Lisa knows what time it is. Lisa knows what time it is. It's Vader time. It's always Vader time, and I'm still really sad.
Vader time.
Still really sad that he died. I hated that. I've always loved Vader. Vader was up there. Even when it was called Big Van Vader, that was even cooler.
Big Van Vader.
Big Van Vader. 400-pound man there in a flying moonsault. Shit was awesome. Vader. I'm a bummed.
I think that was pretty much Smackdown, eh? Like Roman battered Kevin Owens. Sasha beat Carmella.
Never mind the weekly AEW roundup for you. The Scott weekly SmackDown roundup is going to be riveting. Who won? I don't know. They were fighting. They did a thing. Roman Reigns is there.
There was a thing. There's a link below. You can watch the highlights.
I'll just sort of sit here and vape. Waiting on Goldberg to ruin everything.
Just wait on Goldberg to make everything better.
It probably will be better with Goldberg on it or not. That's the sadness. That's the sad thing. All right, well, there's such as it is your weekly roundup.
You're welcome. Have fun with the weekly roundup.
Because it's Vader time all the time.
It's Vader time. The fear is here and there.
The demon stands before you.
If we find out you play basketball, we'll burst it in front of you.
We'll come to your gym, AEW fans, and bust your basketballs. I'll wear a tank top.
Yeah, and you can try and give us hugs.
Yeah. Heels.
Massive, you've got to be.
We're basically the outsiders. We're basically the outsiders.
I'll take that.
I'll take that. They're a great team.
Aye.
I'm bigger than you, so I need to be Kevin Nash, I guess.
Aye. I'm Scott Hall.
Yeah.
It's my name, Scott.
It is. Your name is actually Scott. Yeah. You should change your Twitter name to Scott Hall Smith.
Just Scott brackets Hall.
Yeah. Change your @ to the outsider.
Bye.
The fear is here.
The fear is here.
I'll change mine to "At the fear is there."
Oh god,
that's the best promo ever, man. I'm going to look that up after this.
I'm gonna put it up on the Twitter.
Okay.
Well, yeah, everyone, if you've enjoyed this, please like it, subscribe, hit the wee bell, and also, is this going on the wrestling channel or is this going on the main channel?
The wrestling channel. It's a wrestling show.
Aye, this will go on our new wrestling channel. So
the new YouTube
for
channel,
it.
new YouTube wrestling channel. If you're a dirty, despicable, irredeemable mark like us, like, share, and subscribe, and remember what time it is. It's Vader time. We should make new like cartoon images of you and me like this for the
one hand like that, your hand like that, basketball like that together. Oh god.
God damn, that's good. That's good stuff.
Bye everyone.
Ta-ta.